Hi, this is Andrea, and I wanted to show you a video clip of me working with my son on a language activity. It's from an activity from the book Teach Me Language by Sabrina Freeman and Laura Lee Dake. And the activity is on page 17 called Word Associations. And word associations teach how to answer why questions. It teaches how to use verbs correctly and also how things work together in the world. So to do the activity, I'll show you some clips of us doing it in a minute, but here's some of the materials I use. I use some cut out squares of construction paper, and I use some black and white pictures of Sesame Street characters and Disney characters. And what I did was I just put out the color cards on the table and I asked him to match these. And after he was finished matching them, I would ask him, why do these go together? And I started out prompting him to say, because Elmo is orange. And then gave him some time to get the sentence structure down so he could do it on his own. And eventually say, because Elmo is red.
Hi.
Alright, so we're going to do some work here and show everybody. Okay, can you match these for me? Match these pictures. Okay, good job. Yep, those are matched. Now, can you tell me why these go together? These two. Why do those go together?
Because they're blue.
Oh, no, they're not blue. This one's white. Why do these go together?
There's white and blue.
Right, and why do they go together? Because Cookie
Monster is blue.
That's right, Cookie Monster's blue.
Let's do the next one.
Okay, why do those two go together?
Because Elmo is red.
Very good. Good job. And why do... Okay, so after we worked on the colors and the pictures, we expanded the activity, and my son at the time was studying habitats at school, so we printed out all sorts of pictures of animals and all sorts of pictures of where they might live. And so what I did was I laid out cards of the habitats and I had him match. And then we were working on a different kind of, this is a noun to noun activity rather than a noun to adjective activity. And so what I would ask him after that is, why did these two cards go together? And prompting him to say, because a worm lives in the dirt. And so eventually, after a lot, going through so many of these, he had this down in no time, because a bear lives in a cave. And we had, because a princess lived in a castle. So it's not just animals. We had, he liked some, just to variate it a little bit. You can do all kinds of cards. We did one for transportation. We had boats and submarines, and what we did was we matched them to the road and outer space, the sky. And so, for instance, I might ask him, I think you saw in the video, I asked, why do these two go together? Because the rocket flies in outer space. So it gives you practice on rocket flies, a car drives, a boat goes in the water or drives in the water, or a truck drives on the road. It gives you a lot of practice on those verbs and also answering why questions. One pitfall I think this activity had, and I think it could be avoided very easily, was we worked on so many of these that after a time my son got used to answering questions with the word because at the beginning. So we might ask him, when are you going to Mimi's house? And he'd say, because on Saturday. So my recommendation, it took him just a little while for us to kind of correct that, but my recommendation would be to variate the activity with some other questions, activities answering questions, so that they don't get stuck on that just why, because so they also know when you're asking when, you're not answering with because, and it gives them the opportunity to listen for that first word when you ask the question of like why, how, when, and what. So hope the activity is helpful. Thanks. Good. Okay, here we go. We got our pictures. Can you match these pictures? Oops. Those three? You don't have to get it perfect. It's okay. There we go. Good job. Now, why do these two things go together?
Because the dolphin swims in the water.
Good. It swims in the water and it lives in the water. What about those two?
Because
Why do they go together?
because the bird lives in the trees.
Very good, Isaac. All right, why do those go together?
Because dragons lives in the cave.
Good job. All right.
Cave.
Now, let's do one more short one. You hear Josiah upstairs? He's having a good time jumping on the trampoline. All right, last one.
Chocolate rocket, rocket, chocolate rocket, chocolate rocket, chocolate rocket, chocolate rocket,
All right.
rocket.
Why do these two go together, Isaac?
Because rockets flies on the outer space.
Good.
We look at the outer space with a telescope.
Yes. We should try our telescope when it's not raining outside. That way we can see the moon. How about these?
It will not rain at night.
Hope not. We'll see. Why do these go together?
Because the airplane flies in the sky.
Good job. And what about these?
Because
Why do they go together?
the road. Because the car it drives on the road.
It does drive on the road. Good job. Have some knuckles?
Yes.
Blah, 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 blah.